Hello, everybody. This is White Wolf. Feel free to share out. Feel free to donate as well. This is White Wolf, and we're going to be talking about reflecting the true aspect of yourself and understanding that in another realm, in another plane, in another universe, in another state of being, there is an actualized self that has perfected timelines, manifestation experiences, and has become the best version of you is out there. The best version of you is reflecting back to yourself, and as a mirroring effect of consciousness, as a mirroring effect of the I am reflecting back to itself, that true aspect of yourself is reflecting back to you because it wants you to emulate the light of source, to emulate the light and the essence and the light body of your own creation. So there's an aspect of you that has done everything 10 times better. It is like the Ferrari pulling up at the meeting, but it's not the person that's pulling up with the Ferrari. You yourself are the Ferrari that's pulling up, that's coming through. It's very nice, very shiny. And every time that true aspect of yourself is reflecting back the light of source and the light of the creator, it is wanting you to accept that self-love within itself before it accepts itself. So it's quantum acceptance when you see your true aspect of yourself reflecting back to yourself. It is a quantum energy transference when this happens. So when you allow this to happen and you allow that quantum nature of who you are to grow and to expand and to extrapolate every type of sensation, experience, manifestation, but now you're reflecting back to that true aspect of yourself. You're reflecting back to that true essence of source that wants to know itself, that wants to be its true self, its true embodiment of source creation, its true embodiment and exemplarization of that oracle that knows its love and its light and its wisdom, and it knows its mind and its body and its spirit. And when you allow it to flow just like that, you're allowing yourself to tap into all of the aspects of yourself, the monad, the I am presence. But the true aspect is the absolute aspect. It is the absolute reality. So once that aspect of yourself knows you and you have accepted it, knowing itself and walking in it and immersing yourself within that experience of that and dreaming of that, knowing that, you can tap into what you're trying to protect from yourself and also what you want to project, and also understanding that it's just a mirror reflecting back to you and you're reflecting back to it. And then now this is allowing you to tap into your stretching zone. This is the zone where you can expand upon your creation, where you can expand and extrapolate and have an ongoing process of creation. But this is true quantum acceptance because you accept that everything can be created from the space of nothing, from the space of not knowing, from the space of I am just here. So you're resonating within that monad, that I am presence, but you're allowing to present your true aspect. So your true aspect knows itself in an absolute way. It is a perfected timeline, it is perfected reality, but also it's just exponential growth, and it's allowing yourself to accelerate at great heights and to push the envelope even more, that you don't have to know your true self. All you have to do is imbibe and accept it, and to allow the healing flow of energy to come over you, to allow you to know your true quantum acceptance, because you're reflecting the true self. And once you're reflecting the true self in all of your personality traits and all of your life journeys, journeys upon journeys with more journeys, and you're allowing yourself to know it for what it is. Because what is it? It is you just knowing the I am and accepting it, walking in it, breathing it, and manifesting upon it. So reflecting your true aspect is understanding that you're not trying to become your true aspect. You already are your true aspect. It's just waiting for you to reflect back to it so that it accepts itself. So now that it's accepting itself, and that true aspect of yourself is accepting itself. You accept it, and it coalesces inside of one, and you allow your true aspect in yourself. But this is more than your higher self. While you are becoming your higher self, you are you now as the higher self, but the true aspect of yourself is God. And when you allow God and your higher self to come together in a holy union, you allow it to be the light body. This is when the higher self and God meet, and it generates the light body of Christ consciousness, the light body of Source. So I know that I've said quite a bit on this live here, but also you can book private sessions with me. This is White Wolf. We're going to do a guided meditation as well. And you can book private sessions for 1 hour for $100, 2 hours for $200, and 45 minutes for $75. And what I wanted to get across in this message, because I was thinking about this and I was doing TikToks and I was saying certain TikToks and they weren't resonating. I wanted it to be perfected, and sometimes it can be a one take, but sometimes I really take time to get the message across and get it to where it is formulated in an equation that can make sense to you. Or if I'm too far-fetched, I want to try to bring it down to earth, and also at a grounded level to where you are able to know that it's digestible and accessible. But that's what you're becoming. Your energy is more accessible by understanding that you are the energy that creates everything and makes everything appear within your own awareness, that makes everything appear into itself. So it is not your peak. It is not a value. It's not this or that or anything perceptible, but what it is, it's allowing yourself to be a flowing river. But now your choice is, do I want to go upstream or do I want to go downstream? Now it feels much better. It doesn't feel as good to be knocked off your surfboard by the wave, does it? But it feels exhilarating when you're riding that wave and you're perfecting those currents and you're flowing with the water and you're not allowing the water to shake you off of the board, even though that when you surf, you're learning how to do it. You're learning how to use your balance. You're learning how to balance yourself on the board so that you can ride the wave. And what you're doing with the board is that you're kind of going right and left, but you're going with the current of the flow of the waves, right? So, and then once you're able to do that, you're able to write it perfected, and you're able to do it with a lot of none to no effort. You don't have to use a lot of effort anymore because it becomes repetition, and you kind of know, like, already within your mind how you want to ride that wave, how you want it to go, how the experience wants to be, what am I going to say, who am I going to meet, and how am I going to attract that as a magnetic force that is pulling and drawing everything in. So you realize that you are the pull, you are the magnetic pull of your creation. You are what's pulling everything into your reality. So this is why I say electromagnetic kinetic source energy, because you don't have to move to pull everything to you. You're pulling everything within to your reality, and you're allowing it to be attracted to you instead of detracting, and also being proactive instead of being reactive. So you're not reacting to your creation, you're being proactive. So you're allowing yourself to gather your will and gather that energy and to allow everything to have a current. Like I said, upstream and downstream. When you're trying to accept your true aspect, you're understanding that it feels much better to go downstream. Now, it doesn't matter which one you choose, because ultimately it is your choice. So, but you have to make that distinction. You have to know what is distinct for you and what's unique for you and what fits into that vibration and that alignment of your creation. What fits within that creation? What miraculously allows everything to be supernaturally organic so that I can know my true aspect? And there's aspects, and it's multi-layered, and it's multifaceted and multidimensional. And understanding that there's layers to everything. There's layers to healing. There's layers to truth. There's layers to the way that you carry yourself. There's layers to everything. It's like I'm wearing layers right now to keep myself warm. So there's layers, and there's always truth in everything. And everything is made by transcendent reason. There's no reason why you don't have relationships in your life. There's no reason why you don't have circumstances. There's no reason why you experience certain things on a moment-to-moment, day-to-day basis, is because you are creating that exemplary absolute reality, because you're learning from it. You're reflecting back to it. If you have a relationship within your life, you can also call it an agreement, which I think that's what a relationship is. It's an agreement. Like, I agree to be with you. I agree to see you every day. I agree to be with you and nurture you and love you for the time being. So, same thing. We can agree to our vibration. We can agree and not be so disagreeable or be in disdain or restrict our vibration. So understanding that circumstances, reflections, healing all have a reason. There's a reason why you watch that movie on Friday night. Whatever it may be. There's a reason why we do things. We don't do things for no reasons. Human beings just don't do things for no reasons. There are human beings that do things for no reasons, but they don't have stability. They don't have a sense of direction. They're leading by an unconscious, distorted, and it's very slow and it's rough, the way that they think and the way that they go about their lives. So agree to your vibration. Don't disagree with your vibration. Don't disagree with your resonance. Don't disagree with who you are. Don't be in discontent with yourself. That feels really painful, doesn't it? To be so against yourself, because guess what? I'm speaking from experience, because I used to be very against myself. I used to be a negative Nancy. I used to be negative towards myself. And every time that you do that, and I said this on a previous live, that every time you do that, you're saying no to your vibration. You're saying no to God. You're saying no to the blessing. Sometimes I, in my life, would want to do something for my friends, but I wouldn't let them do something for me. See, and I know that this might sound a little corny, but I wanted to do something for them. I bought them lunch, but I would not let them buy me lunch. I would feel almost bad and negative towards that for them to bless me. Like, I could not accept that blessing. I couldn't accept that manifestation. I couldn't accept them blessing me. So it's just understanding. You look like Nate from Where the Crawdads Sing. That's a great movie, by the way. I hope everybody, I'm glad someone said that movie. That is a very spiritual movie, because it's about non-acceptance. She wanted to be in the swamp, but nobody would accept her for the light of their spirit, for who she really was and what she represented, and how blissful and how filled with ecstasy that it would be like to be where the crawdads sing, right? That she felt more at home there. And everything and everybody did not agree with that and did not accept that and was against it. So that's when we go against the grain vibrationally, and we allow ourselves to free ourselves from that. We allow ourselves to free ourselves from not being accepted. That's why we have quantum acceptance. That's why I'm talking about quantum acceptance and energy transference. In your true self is always reflecting back the light of the Creator to you. It's always doing that. So don't think that it's not always doing that, but it's always doing that, because it allows you to understand who you are and what you want to become and how confident and empowered you want to be on your journey. And it's really just asking Spirit. Like, I ask Spirit sometimes, because I like smoking a cigar on my lives. I ask Spirit, I'm like, they didn't want me to do that. But if Spirit wanted me to do that, I would cut a cigar and I'd light it, and I wouldn't care what the perception of me was to other people. Because at the end of the day, it does not matter what other people think. You have to virtually just not give a fuck. And when you virtually do not give a fuck and you stop caring and you stop giving all of these things and your power away to things. I'm not necessarily doing readings tonight, but if you would like one, I could do one for you privately and things of that nature. So, because I did readings the other night and people were absolutely disgusting. It was a bunch of vultures and gorillas, and they were heinous. So I will probably do readings and stuff like that. But if you would like a private reading, you can do 1 hour for $100, 2 hours for $200, and 45 minutes for $75. And also, if you just donated $20, you could get an in-depth reading with me in private. But I'm doing a message and a meditation right now. Or I could change my mind at the end of the live. But who knows? Whatever my divine source says. But back to the point of the matter is that if you're reflecting your true self and you're reflecting and endowed in the light of your true spirit, your true aspect will come into balance with who you are. It will come in sync with who you are, and it will allow there to be a quantum energy transference which leads to quantum acceptance, knowing that every sensation, every sense perception, everything that you've ever experienced in your life is the scope of consciousness. It is consciousness itself. It is the emulation of source. It is grace. It is power. It is empowerment. It is love. And it is God recognizing God and being aware of the I am, and allowing every 12 aspect of itself, because there's brothers, sisters / cousins, daughters that are in different realms, different planes, and different universes as you, as the monad, the I am present. So you might be experiencing something, but another aspect of you is experiencing something totally different, a different experience, a different way of seeing and knowing. It could be an angel, it could be an alien, it could be some planet or galaxy that we've never heard of that has people who look like humans but they're actually aliens. So, but it's just a different experience altogether. So I hope you all are enjoying this live feed. Also, feel free to share out, feel free to donate. This is White Wolf. I hope that also I have my PayPal link. You can send donations as well. So without further ado, I think it's time for a meditation. So I wanted to allow everybody to get a sense of a very clear, direct message. But also I wanted to give some context, and I wanted to give some complexities and what was being channeled from me and what I was receiving earlier. And just know that anytime that you're on here, whatever I'm channeling, if you don't resonate with it, please take what resonates and what does not resonate, because that's using discernment. That's using your wisdom. That is also just aligning to your vibration and not allowing me to just change your view. Have your own view. Look at your own vision and become your own vision, and allow it to become you and become yourself. Because that's when we are allowing people to decide for themselves. And sometimes in awakening, we have to almost be pushed to the precipice to something really extreme, to the point where we get it and understand, because something has to happen sometimes drastically for us to get it. So a lot of the times with awakening, that's why it feels like there is stuff just happening so sporadically and you don't understand why, and something within your life just allowed you to awaken, and it really just profoundly took you over, and then you totally change your life, and you can't live your life the same way. You can't just have your energy being everywhere and all over the place. You can't just go anywhere. You can go anywhere, But you also have to deal with the fact that you're aware of energy and you sense energy and you're empathic, and you have to protect your energy, and you have to protect your electromagnetic kinetic source energy. So now you're really going to have to stay on your toes and keep yourself and remain yourself within that light. So, without further ado, this is White Wolf. We're going to be doing a guided meditation on quantum acceptance and reflecting the true self. So, relax your body, relax your mind, relax your muscles. You can lay down, you can focus on an object. But this is a guided meditation on how you can reflect your true aspect. How all of the aspects of yourself, the monad, the I am presence, can be in sync with one another and be on the same path and have the same direction and have the same ultimate goal. So you can say this is your team of light bodies. This is your team of light essences. This is your team, your dream team of creation, along with your guides, your higher self, and God source energy, and the great I am. And feel the usherance and feel the power of the one infinitesimally source of creation. That is that oracle of love, light, and wisdom that knows itself once again, that's reflecting itself once again, that's wanting to stay in the stretching zone. That wants to keep itself expanded, that wants to keep itself dedicated to know itself, to heal, to have a heart for compassion, for love, for grace, and also just to be empathic and accept your empathic abilities. Take a deep breath, everybody. Exhale. And I want you to see that your light body, God and your higher self, and your body, and your aspect, and your monad, the I am presence, are all coming together in this union. They're coming into itself, and they're imparting each other's wisdom to one another and accepting each other. And they're becoming one body of light. They're becoming the Christ light body, Christ consciousness, source knowing itself. And when you finally do this, you become a mirror for the collective. You allow it to have an effect. So you're mirroring back everything that you want, that you desire, that speaks to you, that allows you to align with your resonance, that allows you to align with your truth, that aligns with everything that brings you joy, that brings you happiness, that allows you to create and to create space so that you can create differently. So that there's not one way of creating, but there are multiple ways of creating. Many ways to immerse yourself within that God state. To allow yourself to have that quantum transference. And then it turns into that quantum acceptance. And then now you're fully accepting the true self. Take another deep breath. Exhale. And how does it feel to know your absolute reality and allowing it to be infinite in its nature, in its way that it generates, in the way that it expresses itself, in the way that it wants to perform, wants to actualize everything? That it wants to activate everything within itself internally and also externally, so that it is a two-way transference. So now that this energy transference can be known, can be activated, can be actualized, can be implemented, now that you can implement this vibration, this grace, this truth, this way of life, the way that you can meditate upon the I Am and also impart your wisdom on Source. And you can imprint upon your own vibration. And just feel as if it's transforming every single thing in your life. Feel as if it's transforming your experiences. Feel as if it's transforming your consciousness. But it's also just transforming the self-love and also the love that you can give and the potential that you can have. But this is a state where you're tapping in to your true potential, but the potential can be expanded upon. It can turn into something more, to something great, to something really transcendent and beautiful. And all it takes for this to happen is the act of breathing, is the act of closing your eyes, and the act of just dipping yourself into your holy, spirited flow of creation. So take one last deep breath. Exhale. When I snap my fingers, you'll come back to. You'll have a greater sense of clarity. You will know who you are, and you'll become the oracle of love, light, and wisdom. So thank you guys for tuning in to the meditation. I hope it really touched your heart. I hope it really made you be filled with love, and also just allow yourself to know your true aspect, to know who you are, to imbibe who you are, and to just be who you are. So I hope this really blessed you. I hope that it allows you to speak your truth and allows you to stand in your authority and to stand firm in the I am presence. And when it allows yourself to do that, it allows you to recognize your true aspect. So it allows you to just tap in to that true resonance, to that true embodiment of Christ consciousness, and allows you to be an impenetrable awareness. Nothing can penetrate that awareness. Nothing can change that awareness. Nothing can distort the awareness that you are. And there is no changing the way that you feel when you are in this state. You don't have to change the way you feel because you are feeling the heart of creation. You're feeling the heart of the universe, in a sense. So when you are able to do that, you are able to just love without any condition. You're able to love without any condition whatsoever. So thank you guys so much. Also, one last thing. My PayPal link is in the bottom. You can book private sessions with me. This is White Wolf, 1 hour for $100, 2 hours for $200, 45 minutes for $75. I hope that you really enjoyed this guided meditation tonight, and I hope that it really blessed you. So thank you so much. God bless, and namaste.